almost there. I think we're live. Yep, we're live. There you go. Go ahead. There you go. Breaker, breaker.
Hello, lower test 1-2. Hello, lower test 1-2. Hey, Naga, how does that sound right now? I think my little squeal I was getting was with the headphones plugged in. I had the headphones plugged in.
Yeah, you gotta put a choke on the headphones in order to get not to have the squeal. I got it live. It's on the tuber, YouTube, so that way you can listen to it and see what you think.
Alright. Well, yeah, I had the headphones plugged in, and I was still getting that squeal, but I noticed when I unplugged the headphones, the box does not squeal. So let me turn up this mic gain and see what happens. Hello, test 1-2. Nope, still getting it. Hello, test 1-2. Hello, test 1-2. Hello, let me turn that down a little bit. Hello, test 1-2. Hello. Nope, still getting that squeal. Hello, test 1-2. Hello, test 1-2.
So when you got a squeal, I want you to take your hand and put it on whatever, on the mixing board or the 31 band EQ. Just put your hand on it and see if it stops squealing.
Who else have we got out there that said I'm still squealing? Yeah, I'm just testing some stuff out. I figured I'd jump up a little bit so I didn't bleed over, but I guess I'm still bleeding over down there. Let me see if I'm still getting the squeal. Hold on. Hello? Yep, still squealing. Yep. Hello? Hello?
When you key up there, LC, put your hand on either the mixing board or the 31 band EQ. Put your hand on it and see if it goes away.
I heard you both. Yeah, I did put my hand on it and it does not go away. But the wife's calling me, so give me 2 seconds, I'll be back.
Alright. I'll be here waiting patiently. I wonder if he has the gain too high on the equalizer. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The level. I don't know what I had it set at on there. I don't remember. I gotta go out in the shed tomorrow and take my pool net pole out of the shed so I can go smash on that satellite too and get all the damn ice off it. Nah, 10-4. nonsense talking on the phone about video games. He ought to be down here adjusting his stuff and getting it right so he could talk on the radio. He's to get his priorities right, the radio or his wife. Come on now. No. I'd be talking to Care Bear, so I'm not going to say nothing. Caitlin just texted me a little while ago about the damn dog. Not even me. I had to FaceTime the dog for her. No, boy. We're all sitting at some pizza joint right now. Nice. Whining about walking. Of course. Man, must be really important. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know.
that shit.
Why? Why can't I?
I don't know, do whatever you want.
I was planning on it anyway.
She's very convincing. Yeah, last week I found myself apologizing to her after she ended a dive at a stoplight. That was not your fault. I have no freaking idea. I was taking a nap. What the hell?
Jeff Dunham. If I wasn't going to Vegas, I'd be going to Milwaukee to watch him. Up there in Milwaukee. Watch Jeff Dunham. He's funny.
Copy.
But I guess it's more important to go to Vegas, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Jiggle, jiggle.
What the hell's really going on over there?
I can tell you one thing that's going on. I'm ready to go to bed. That's what's really going on. It's only 8:49, and this old man's ready to go to bed.
Copy that.
I'll shut the live off here in a minute if he don't bring his butt back here, I guess. I've had 3 views on it. Oh man, look at that. Three views. Woo!
All of us 3?
That means, I don't know. Maybe it's 383. What about 383?
He don't watching this shit this late. He's probably in bed already.
Yeah, remember they're 2 hours behind us. Ain't no way he's in bed already.
Who knows? Maybe I should message him and tell him to get on the line.
Yeah, maybe you should. on his way back.
Okay, I'm back.
Holy cow.
What?
That was a long phone call. Your mom don't even stay on the phone that long.
Well, I had to go upstairs and help her with something.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, it's still running live, so that way you can check your stuff and do what you gotta do. Me and 316 were saying, maybe, where's your levels at on that 31 band EQ, the level? Where is it set at?
Right now it's set at halfway, but it was, I've had it set to 0 and I had it set all the way. And that squeal is coming from the soundboard. And I'm wondering, which I've had it this way the whole time, but I'm wondering if it's because it's plugged into a USB and not plugged in directly to the power supply.
No. It could be.
Right now, all the way down.
And then the gain on your 31 band graphic equalizer is halfway?
Yeah.
Because right now you sound good, but I think you should be way louder. So I don't know if you're going to have to get a preamp or what.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I would sound better if I could turn this gain up on the radio. That's what I can see my meter, and it's not even going halfway, and it's because I can't turn it up. Now, if I turn this up a little bit, hello, 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 I'm sure I got a little bit louder.
Well, once you turn the gain down on the mixing board, turn it down, and then turn your mic gain up if that's what you think you need to have.
Turning it all the way down causes that squeal. Watch, so this is all the way down. That's halfway, and that's all the way. Hello, test 1, 2.
So you got the gain on your mixing board all the way down?
I'll send you a video. Hold on.
Is there a bypass button on that equalizer?
Yeah.
Press it once and talk on there.
I don't know why I was getting that squeal. Hello, test 1, 2. Hello, test 1, 2.
Is there 2 levels on that mixing board, like before it, after your mids and highs?
I'm only running one channel on this mixing board.
Right, but if you got those gains cranked up on that could be a problem too.
Everything's set at halfway right now. Halfway right there.
I gotta choke the shit out of that thing.
Let me try something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, you try something real quick. You try it. We'll see what's going on. What's really going on. 316 is the man. He'll get it done.
I gotta stop talking because this is gonna start making me turn buttons.
nothing on yours. I probably got to turn my shit down. Seems like it's overbearing a little bit, huh?
Sounds good to me, but I wouldn't listen to me. Knockout.
Go ahead.
Does he have just the equalizer and the mixing board?
Yeah.
Copy. Because he should have that audio on the radio itself almost down to nothing. It's probably less than a quarter.
I know I sent them a picture of mine. Mine's damn near shut off. Now he's gonna pull his hair out like we did. Till he gets it right.
I know, it takes a little bit of time.
Yep. That's right. Well, what the hell?
Hello, test 1 2. Hello, test 1 2. Hello, test 1 2. How do I sound right now? This is without the soundboard in line. Just the 31 band EQ.
Now take your level on your 31 band EQ. Where's it at? Is it still at halfway?
Still at halfway with the mic gain on the radio all the way down. Let me see if I get a buzz. Hold on. I can go up farther on the mic gain on the radio. That's a quarter right there. Hello, test 1 2. Halfway on the sound or on the mixer. Or fuck, on the EQ.
Turn the radio back down. Turn the dynamite down to about a quarter, just barely off the bottom. And then take your mixing board and turn it up. Turn the mixing board up the level.
Hello. That's all the way up right there. That's about 3/4 right there. Hello, 3/4, hello.
Is that 3/4 on the 31 band EQ?
Yeah, the soundboard is no longer in line. That is completely taken out.
Okay, so go all the way up on the mixing board or on the mixer. Or not the mixer, but the 31 band EQ. Take it all the way to the top.
That is all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Am I still quiet?
No, it's getting a little bit better. Just go up just a little bit on the dynamite. Very little.
Hello, test 1 2. Hello, test 1 2.
A little bit more.
Hello, test 1 2. Hello, test 1 2. That's halfway, or not halfway. That's a quarter right there. Hello, quarter. Hello.
Alright. Go halfway and see where it's at. Let's see where it's at with halfway.
Nope, I'm getting the squeal in there. I hear the squeal come on.
Okay, so back it down just a little bit. You can probably put it about 10 o'clock.
I'd say that's about 10 o'clock right there. I'd say that's about 10 o'clock right there. But I can do the range on the 31 band EQ. I can raise it up.
No, you're fine. You're fine right there. Alright, so now let's start doing some adjustments on the high side so you can add a little bit more highs to it. So your highs are from 1K to 5K. You're not using from 6.3 to 20K. You're not using any of that. Leave it all down at the bottom.
Alright. Hello, test 1 2. Test 1 2. You also gotta remember, I do this with car audio too, so I know a little bit about this adjustment. I just gotta listen to myself and see what it sounds like. 316, how does the audio sound? Do I sound like I'm a little bit louder?
Way louder. That picked it way up.
So the reason I left this...
Well, you can go listen to yourself on live, and then you can do your adjustments the proper way you want to, or the way you want to sound. You want yourself to sound.
So my gain is about quarter down, but no, the reason I left the soundboard in line was because I use it for the computer and, to talk on the computer. But I'll just use the headset from now on, I guess.
Well, it's either that or you gotta just start doing some choking, because you're probably gonna end up having to choke the shit out of it. You see how many chokes I got on my shit? I got a whole shitload, and you got very little power, and even 316's got a shitload of chokes on his.
Hey, what does that do right there? How does that sound right there? Hello?
I like it better the other way.
Hello, test 1, 2, how's that right there? Hello?
You lost your audio. It's all flat now.
Alright, is that better?
Talk a little bit more so we can hear it.
Hello, test 1, 2. Hello, test 1, 2. They do call me 420 here in Wisconsin. Come on.
What do you think, 316?
Not as loud and clear as it was when he first did it, so I don't know if you brought those mids up higher.
Oh, I turned the mic gain down all the way. The mic gain was all the way down. I brought it up a little bit. Back to a quarter. Hello?
You definitely have to choke that because you can hear that noise a little bit, but you're going to have to hold by, I don't know, I got at least 15 chokes on mine right now. So you got to put a lot of chokes in there to get rid of that noise.
What the hell are you guys choking? What chord?
Mic cord.
You choke them all. The one, that mono jack one that I gave you, take one of them big fat ones and run at least 2 times through there. You gotta choke everything. You gotta choke it all.
Oh, what the hell? See, but I never had this issue.
Just on my mic. My mic has 2. I probably got about 20 chokes on my stuff over here just to choke it out.
Yeah, I don't have that many around here. But I've never had this issue before, though. Even with the big box. I used to be able to run that mic gain halfway with the soundboard halfway too. It had no issues. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm having this issue.
I don't know, but when you're starting to mess around with all the different things like the 31 band EQ and all that, and once you put a preamp in there, it all changes. Everything changes. You're not going to be able to run the mic halfway or 3/4 of the way on the radio because you're producing all your audio through the preamp and through the 31 band EQ, and then it goes through the composer. So it's different. You got to keep everything low on the radio and push all your audio through the rest of it.
Right, but you got to remember, I'm not running the preamp. It's just the 31 band EQ. That is all I'm running right now. So, and even before, like just with the soundboard, I've had that soundboard, sound mixer, for the last 2 years with no issue. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm having an issue.
Could be different things around it. The way you get it set up and move shit around. It all changes. Once you start moving stuff and changing things, and it reacts funny different. Look at 316, it can move one piece. It can be 2 inches one way or 3 inches the other way, and it'll mess it all up. I've done it too.
It's all 316's fault. You guys still hear a squeal in there?
No.
You get your squeal through your headphones, because I know you're doing it through your headphones. Put a choke on your headphones.
No, I'm not getting the squeal. The soundboard's not in line, so therefore I can't hook up the headphones. So there's no headphones. It's literally the mic to the 31 band EQ, and then into my switchboard, my switch, and then right into the radio.
Okay, so how many chokes do you have on your mic going to your 31 band EQ? Actually, you got that mono jack on there, don't you?
Yeah.
choke that mono jack. Put a choke on that mono jack.
There's one on there now that you put on there, but I'll put another one on at the other end by the box.
Yeah, you're probably gonna either that or you're gonna have to put one on the mic. So key up and get the squeal going. When you hear the squeal, or when we hear the squeal, then grab a hold of the microphone. Let's see if it goes away or not. Because if you grab the microphone or grab the cords, you know, with your hand, that's becoming a ground and it blocks it, it shields it. So you can tell by doing that by grabbing things, and it'll tell you where to put the chokes at.
Yeah, but it's only happening with the big box on, so I don't want to blow it up. But here, I'll make it squeal. Hold on.
It's definitely changing.
Alright, hold on. Let me leave my hand right there. Alright, right now, can you guys still hear a squeal? I hear a little bit.
I hear a fan running in the background. And I bet you're grabbing something. You're touching something, aren't you?
So that's what I'm saying. Right now, hello, are you guys hearing any kind of squeal? Hello?
No.
Okay, now, I'm going to take my hand off this box. So my problem is the switch box. That is it right there, because both hands are on it, both hands are off. Both hands are on. Let's see, hold on. I'm going to leave my hand on it and crank this thing up. Hello? Yeah, we're halfway on the mic gain right now. No issue, but I bet you if I let my hand off. Yep, that's my issue. Okay, so it's the switch box.
So then you gotta add a ground to the switch box. Either you can really fuck with the switch box and go and do it the old-fashioned way and wrap it in aluminum foil.
Or I can take it apart and see. Oh, I don't know what the fuck that is. Hold on. Ooh, why are we doing that? I don't know what that noise is, but let me turn this down. So I'm wondering, I'm gonna take the switch box apart real quick and see if maybe a ground or something came off. Because again, you built this switch box almost 2 years ago.
You're not using the switch box though. I got the switch box. You're using the other one. You're using that one that came off of Amazon, aren't you?
No. Not that. I'm talking about my actual switch to key up. Because it's the mono jack into a 4-pin to the switch, and then into another 4-pin into the radio. That right there is what I'm touching. If I put both my hands on it, we're good. Take my hands off, I can hear the squeal. So it's something in this little box.
So that means it's the audio side of it. So the audio side would be the white or the clear, and you're probably gonna have to put a choke on there. Either from the mic or from the 4-pin going to the radio, but either way it goes, it needs to have a choke on there somewhere in that box because it's reflecting around inside that box.
Right, well that's the thing, is there's one choke on there going from the radio to the box. There's one choke in the middle. There is no choke going from the fucking 4-pin to the mono jack that's in the 31 band EQ. So I thought it was the soundboard that's fucked up, but nope, well I guess we just found out the issue. So I'm going to take it apart real quick.
Or to put a choke from the switch box to the 31 band EQ and see if that takes care of the problem. But most likely you're probably going to have to put a choke on the microphone going to the switch box.
Hello? 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 Alright, hold on. I'm taking this box apart. I just put a choke on it, and it's still doing it. So give me a second. Oh yeah, and there was already a choke on the model jack end behind the 31 band EQ, and then there's one at the 4-pin, and then there's one between the radio and the switch box. So 1 second.
Might have to eliminate one of them 4-pins. Because it comes off the microphone into the XLR plug. And it should be a 4-pin back out to the radio. I think, I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at that one. I can't remember. I set that one up there. 316.
Copy. Mine's the 4-pin from the switch box to the radio, and then the mic cord thing to my soundboard.
I'd have to look at it. I'd have to look at it, picture it in my head in order to see it, to understand it, I guess.
Copy. Test 1, 2. Audio test 1, 2. I bet you this is crazy right here. Audio test 1, 2. Hello. There you go. I turned it back down.
Hang on.
It cracks me up when I key this thing up and you can hear me clicking the switch.
Oh, when you click it.
It's still hard to move back and forth. It hasn't worn out at all.
Damn thing is fluttering. Oh, hang on, I gotta shut this all down here. Hang on. I shut the live off so I can reset it again.